So just a little background here. When Mr. Carroll asked me to conduct this group, I had in my mind that we would do at least 4 pieces, but I gave out a 5th just in case one of the other ones didn't work out. Well, these young people worked so hard on Saturday that I was led to believe that we could probably do all 5 songs, which is pretty cool, especially since we've had so much bad weather, and I'm sure that more than one of these fine young people left their instrument at school over Christmas break. But they came on Saturday and we worked for about 6 hours, and I don't know how they act at your home, but they worked really hard for me. They worked really hard, and we worked hard today. So we're playing all 5, and I'm super, super proud of them for being able to do this piece, because it is the more difficult one in our program. K2 is the title of it. K2 is a mountain on the border between Pakistan and China. It's the 2nd highest peak in the world with the 2nd highest elevation. And because of its terrain and weather and things like that, it has a fatality rate of 27%, which means that out of every 4 people that attempt to climb, 1 does not make it. Like they perish. Like that. Which is it's a little bit sobering when you think about that. But the composer of this, Julie Giroux, has done an excellent job of using the sounds and timbres and rhythms and pitches of this ensemble to portray certain things. And so that you can better enjoy this piece, we're going to do a few of them for you right now so that you know what to listen for. So, this first motif that you're going to hear in the flutes and clarinets at the beginning, it imitates the wind. It's supposed to stand for the wind. Here we go. So that's the wind. Okay? Then the next one is in a little bit faster section, and it depicts blowing snow. Okay? Cool, huh? Then the next one is in the clarinets again, and it's supposed to depict urgency and danger. You're going to hear more than one instrument play that. That's just an example. Then, because one of the reasons why it's so hard to climb this mountain is because of the high altitude. And has anybody been to like Colorado or in the mountains and you feel differently because it's a higher altitude? The oxygen is actually less. So serious mountain climbers use oxygen tanks for when they get up so high so they can still think and breathe and live. So this is the example of the oxygen tank. Here we go, Evan. Okay. And then we have, let's do the ice scraping next. Because this mountain has a lot of sheer ice that climbers have to climb, they have these special spikes on their shoes, and this is what is represented with those. Ready? And then finally, we have the death motif. And in parentheses, it says the threat or possibility of death. So let's hear that one. Okay. So with all that being said, I hope you enjoy K2 by Julie Giroux. We certainly had a good time. final selection. I would like to thank all of the administration of the conference schools for allowing us to have and continue to have this activity year to year. We had some challenges this year with the weather and having to reschedule our original dates, which was last weekend, and you know nobody wanted to be out in that kind of weather. And today wasn't much better, but at least the roads are fairly clear. So again, thanks for coming out in the cold weather, but thank you to our administration in the Mineral Area Conference. Thank you to North County for hosting, and thank you, conference band directors. I have been in the classrooms of all of the conference band directors because I have the privilege of working school service for Ernie Williamson Music in Park Hill. So I call upon your schools time to time and help with repairs and orders and reads and whatnot. But there's some very, very fine educators here in the Mineral area. Your children are in good hands. Not only are they good teachers, they're good human beings, and they care about their students. They're not just a name on the roster. They're real people to them, and they really do care. And being a band director is a vocation, not just a job. You live it 24/7, and I know because I lived it. But you wouldn't trade it for the world because it's one of the best jobs you can have. So please appreciate and thank your directors for supporting and growing these people. There's no way that they could play what they just did without excellent leadership and teaching at their school. So thank you, band directors. Let's give them a hand. Just a minute and let you see what kind of experience we've got up here on the stage, because we have anywhere from 9th through 12th graders up here from our conference schools. And we'll applaud after each group. If this is your first year in the MAAA Honor Band, please stand and be recognized. If this is your second year, please stand and be recognized. Third year members, please stand. And then we have 5 4-year members, which is outstanding. They've been members since their freshman year. And I will ask these to stand individually, and we will applaud for them at the end. So we have Mackenzie Drennan from Farmington. You gotta follow directions. Zimri Mills from Central. Aiden Halter from Farmington. Riley Cole from Bismarck. And Elizabeth Yeager from Farmington. And I just asked this evening, we have 4 students in the band that received some all-state recognition, whether it be as a playing member, an alternate, or an honorable mention for either the all-state band, all-state choir, or all-state jazz band. So I'm going to announce those people individually, and you can applaud at the end. Zimri Mills from Central. You say honorable mention, right? Alternate. That means he could become a playing member if somebody gets sick. Stay standing. Okay. Caden Camper from Potosi. He's back there in the percussion section. Wave your hand, Caden. There he is. Okay. Silas Evans from Farmington. And Elizabeth Yeager from Farmington. Let's give these guys a big hand. So we have students achieving great things here, and I asked them before the concert how many of them were going to do a solo or small ensemble for District Music Festival, and almost everybody raised their hand, which is fantastic. For you parents that don't know what that is, it's another thing that you can do to achieve recognition as a musician in the state of Missouri. We have festivals at the district level, and then if a student gets a superior rating or a gold rating, they get to advance to the state. So it's another district and state recognition, which is always good for the students to do. Plus they get feedback from a certified adjudicator at both places. So that's coming up in March and the end of April. And lastly, before we play our final song, thank you parents, thank you grandparents, thank you siblings, aunts and uncles, friends and cousins, supporters of band in your schools. It's so important to have music and instrumental music be part of your school curriculum. We have to continue to advocate, even though we think things are going okay. Please continue to show support of the band and choir programs in your schools to your administrators, your school board, in the community. Instrumental music does so much for your students. It's not just about playing notes and rhythms. It's emotional, it's psychological, it helps them in academics. There's just all kinds of things that music benefits. So thank you for supporting them, driving them to practices, buying them instruments and reeds and all that good stuff. Students, would you give your parents a hand, please? That was pretty enthusiastic for us, just so you know. So our final piece is entitled Caravana After Party, and it's just a fun piece to play. It's like a party. It has a lot of Caribbean influences and styles. There'll be all kinds of colorful percussion instruments, and we're going to do some cool things in the middle of the song too. So again, thank you so much for coming tonight, and enjoy Caravana After Party.
I thought this was Ellie's second year.
I think it is.
She said I wanted the first year was now.
Thank